Hi everybody, welcome to Grumpy Acres. Glad you joined me. This weekend has been a very productive weekend. We're now into Tuesday trying to finish some things up. We're going to get started on the chicken coop in a couple weeks, so we're trying to get the greenhouse behind me finished. I just want to talk to you a little bit. I got a phone call this last week and sat down and visited with Justin a little bit, kid that I've known since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. And he had messaged me and he said, hey, I messed up. And I said, what'd you do? What's going on? What's wrong? And he said, with everything that's going on, I don't know how to garden. And so I said, well, prep your bed, get all that done. He sent me a photo, beautiful, beautiful spread. He got all that ready to go. And we were talking a little bit about seeds. And so I just want to explain something to everybody. When you're first starting out with your garden, just pick 5 vegetables that you really like and you know you're going to eat, and then learn how to grow that and go from there. It gets easier and easier as you go. And then we talked about spreading rows and doing all of that. Just walked him through a few things, taught him about 3 sisters, and I'm not sure if he's going to do that or not. I hope he does. It's a great learning experience. And we're in my garden. I just want to show you what I've done. It is not a Martha Stewart garden, believe me, and your garden is always going to have weeds. Unless you're out there all the time, there's just no way to keep that from happening. This is my first year in this particular garden. As you know, we moved, and so we have to start from scratch. So why don't I take you with me and I'll show you what we got. All right, so over here, down this whole row, that is all potatoes right there. And so I got my potatoes down, and I've got those actually in several containers. So we'll start with that and see how that happens, how it works. And right here, we've got some cabbage, and I think I've got some broccoli down there, some cauliflower, and it just goes all the way down. Then, when we come over here, we are cabbage eaters. We are cabbage eaters, so I've got quite a bit going. And then you get down here, we've got some celery. The celery is doing great. I have not really had a lot of success with celery, so just the fact that it's getting this big and some critter hasn't come by and eat it all, I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm glad it's working. So you see we have some spots here that are bare. Had some plants that did not take. I'll take care of that and get some in. I like succession planting anyway, and especially with this year in grocery prices, we're going to do that. So right here I've got horseradish, and the horseradish is coming up looking beautiful. And then we've got some strawberries going down there, and the strawberries are exciting. They're getting some fruit on them, so I'm happy about that. And then we're going to come over to this row. So this row I tried sharing a little bit. So we've got some onions going on, some spinach next to that, and I forget what that is. It's some kind of vegetable. We'll enjoy it. Again, we had some lettuce and stuff that did not take. I think I had broccoli in there, and we'll try that again and see what's going on. So as you can see, we get over to our lettuce, and our lettuce is doing fantastic. Lots of salads. So just doing wonderful. We've got some bugs out here, and I can already see I need to bring some diatomaceous earth out. And I'll put that on there, keep those bugs down. Then over here, we've got some collards, and this ticks me off. So this is Bok Choy, and my Bok Choy bolted, I kid you not, a week after I put it in the ground. Not happy about that. It's just so much rain and so much heat that this is what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and let that go to seed, and then and you can see we've got some seeds coming on there. So I'm going to let it go to seed, and then I'll harvest that, and it'll go back down in the fall for a winter crop. So we got more lettuce down there, and then I'll show you this, because when I said I do not have a Martha Stewart garden, you're going to see. So check this out. In here is carrots, and the weeds are taking over. So I have to wait for the carrots to get a little bit bigger so that I can come in and get these weeds out. And I'll just use a finger hoe, or G will do it, one of us, or we'll probably do it together, and then get that going. So here on this side, and I've got, show you what I did here. I took some cattle panels and put some T-posts in, and then I made hoops. So in doing this, it kind of creates a tunnel, see? So my beans will crawl over that and they'll all grow. It'll be easier for me to pick. And then I'll come through, we're going to till this under, and then I'll probably put tomatoes, or I don't know, find something, maybe Brussels sprouts will go in here. And so I like how that's done. The beans are doing good on one side. They're doing great on this side, but let me show you what happened. So we get down to here, and my beans did not all come in. So that tells me the ground was probably just too cold when I put those beans in. No worries, I've got more beans. They'll go down again, and we'll just start over. And that's the thing. You just learn. You right? Lesson learned. This is, we're 2 hours north of where we used to live, and it makes a big difference. That difference and that parallel, it's it's a new learning curve. So, oops, I'm gonna fall. So over here, I've got loofah in the plants, in the planters. There's some loofah. Some of my peppers, they struggled. I've got more seeds in there. And then these are tomatoes that I still need to get down. Now over here, you'll see that I have cattle panels again on T-posts that are coming up this way. So what I have in here are my tomato plants. I've got some paste in here, some beef masters, that kind of thing. So kind of spread everybody out. We're big tomato eaters. Lots of pasta sauce in my family. And for some reason, none of the kids nor my husband will eat pasta sauce out of a can. They only want mine. So here we're going to set up another hoop tunnel, and that's where the loofah is going to go, and then probably some more beans, peas maybe, and get that stuff in. So that'll go there. And then eventually we'll spread out to all of that. Now, let me go show you the orchard, because it's pretty exciting. This tree is a peach tree, and I was not sure that I was going to be able to save it. You see here, half of it's missing. Another large portion of it fell, and I had to clean that up. Garen was ready to rip it all out, and I said, no, 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 stop, stop, stop. Let me see what I can do. And so I trimmed it up. I put some of the scarring on there, and kind of clipped it. I see where I need to come in and trim some more where the branches are touching. I'll take care of that in June. We get 2 weeks where the trees go dormant, and I can treat and find my errors and then get them done. Now, keep in mind on this orchard, so what happened was we got moved here in October, and we were told a lot of stuff, but a lot of important things got left out. So we weren't sure what was alive, what wasn't alive. We needed to figure out how to trim what we had. So this spring is a learning curve for us. So I'll go in, I'll know better what I need to do and take care of in the fall and winter, and then I will get all of that stuff done at that time. Oh, let me show you this. This ticks me off. This place was so overgrown and had so much garbage on it when we bought it that there were things that we didn't know were here, and I'm guessing the boys didn't know were here either, because I would think an asparagus garden that is as big as it is, coming through layers of gravel, I would think that you would know that that's there and you would want that preserved. We're going to take the skid loader, and I'll probably go down about 2 feet and then try to dig it up, transplant it to where I'm putting the asparagus garden that's going to stay there for sure. I'm going to show you this. See all of this here? That's asparagus. See how tall it's getting? I'm letting it go to seed. We didn't pick any of it, but look at how big around it is. Came through the gravel like that. I couldn't believe it. And the thing is, we got some, and it tasted pretty good. I may come out and grab that one, cook it up, put it in a salad maybe. So, as you can see, the asparagus, it goes clear under the trailer. Where we parked the trailer is where the asparagus bed came up. Oh, gosh, what a mess. All right, let's go look at the orchard some more. So in the peach tree that I was not sure that I was going to be able to save, in the peach tree is fruit we're going to get this year. It's amazing. Let's go check out the apple trees. So this apple tree, Darren thought for sure was dead, and it obviously is not. And it has some fruits. I can kind of see them up there. This apple tree, and I know I've got shoots that are going up that I need to get out. But like I said, learning curve, we're trying to figure out what exactly we have. So let's see, we've got, I know I saw fruit on this one yesterday. Ah, here we go. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's some fruit up there, and it's all over the tree. Right now, everything's green, so it just blends in with the leaves. That apple tree over there is also doing great. Our blackberry patch back in the background is just going gangbusters. I'm super excited about that. Those were the biggest blackberries, sweetest blackberries I've ever seen. So some of you might be asking, what are all those bags of soil and tennis balls up in your trees? We did some air layering, and I'll probably do a video on that. Otherwise, you can look it up. There's other people that do it too. And basically what I'm doing is the branches that I know I'm going to go in and trim out, I am trying to get more apple trees out of. And you can see we planted some stuff. Anywhere you see those pink flags, I've got them around. Let's see. Anywhere you see these pink flags that I have everywhere, I've planted stuff. So in here, I needed to fix the soil. And so I got with Billy Bond and ordered some comfrey and got comfrey down in here. So it's doing good, you know. It's working. I've got fruit on my trees, so I'm excited about that. So you can see we put more peach trees in, apple trees, pear trees. See that one right there? That's a peach tree. So no, it's not cut down, and here's why. I didn't want G to touch this one yet because I wanted to see what it was going to do and if I could salvage anything of it. And I'm sure glad I did that, because look at there. So I can take this, which is still connected to that tree. I can take this. I told him where to cut that off, so he's going to get that cut off. And then I'll trim this one back, and I'm going to get this peach tree going again. Now here's another one that G wanted to cut down. And I said, please don't cut it down yet. I want to see again what I can do with it. And excuse me, this is not a peach tree, this is a plum tree. And I wanted to see what we could do with it. So it looks like I've got some green on here. I know I'm looking at some limbs that I definitely need to cut back. And I will retrain this and get it to come back out. And that's just going to be done with some simple trimming and time. So I'm not taking this one out either. No. Look at this monstrosity, both of them. Look at that. It's just 20 years of not doing anything with your land. Guys, it's so irresponsible. These are pear trees. And these pear trees, oh my gosh, they are full of fruit. I'm going to have pears coming out my ears. So there are pears all over that tree, all the way up to the top. And it's like that on both of them. So definitely we'll be taking some pears to farmer's market. We'll have to figure that one out. And, oh my gosh. So guys, so guys, just know we all don't have Martha Stewart gardens. We're all just kind of getting into this, and you know, everybody, it's learning. And even though we've been gardening for years, and even though you know we've been producing our food and doing all of that, mistakes happen, things happen, time gets away from you. You're going to get weeds in your garden. Don't worry. Everybody says, you know, what happens with your weeds is they go in and then they're competing with each other. If you just take an hour in the evening, here's what I challenge for you. Take an hour in the evening and go out, pick one row, and just go through and clear that row of weeds. And then guess what? Everything else will wait for you tomorrow. And then the next night, take an hour, go out to the next row and get that. And once you start doing that rotation and you get that going, then what happens is you're going to find you're going to be able to better control what's going on in your garden. So just one simple way that we do it, when we walk through the garden, you also saw weeds laying in the middle of the aisle. We do that. You don't have to do that. We do that because that will break down and brings more soil. So it starts amending itself and getting in there. And so we'll be doing that for a long time, and we always have. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it. Oh, I didn't show you the grapes. They're not doing so fantastic. It's early though too. Go take a look. I want to show you guys this bed. So G put me some beds in, and I put herbs down by the chicken coop. And I do that because the chickens will go in and they get what herbs that they need, and they don't wipe out the vegetation usually. And so I put some veggies in here, and let me show you this one. Aren't herbs, I'm sorry. So let me show you this one. See how that got eaten down there? This one, this mint looks like it's maybe going to make a comeback. We'll see what happens with the other ones. But yeah, chickens got in there, and it's been so long since they've had access to an herb garden that they just tore it up. I want to show you another one. There be Roger. He's showing off for his girlfriend. Now check out this herb garden. So I got my wormwood in and all that good fun stuff. And, oh, yep, it looks like the amaranth is doing great. It's coming in good. So got all of my herbs in here. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them that I know the chickens are going to need. And this one, they haven't really done any damage. So happy about that. That's good. All right. So here's my grapevines. Some are doing good. Some are not. We'll see what happens. But anyway, hopefully get this going. And if I can keep those critters out of my grapes, I can't even keep the dogs or chickens out. Oh my goodness. These farm animals. So anyway, guys, that's my garden, and I'm glad that you got to come with me. Hopefully you can see we're all human. Just because we're on YouTube doesn't mean we know everything. Humans make mistakes, and all you can do is try, and just try again. Got some raised beds in here. All right. Well, let me show you this. So I got some weeding to do, obviously. So this we put in a tire, and I planted some broccoli and some, you can see more cabbage, and I planted that stuff in there, and a rabbit came through, or was it them? It might have been them, and they ate everything that was in there. Stinkers. So anyway, I started again. This is why it's important to have lots of seeds on hand. So check this out. Check this one out. So this is a blue barrel. We have hundreds of these barrels all over the place. And so G said, hey, do you want to try vertical gardening? And I had actually picked up a book on vertical gardening, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, I really like this. So let's see if we can do it. So what I did is I tested this one with lettuce, and then I've got kale on top. Now I've also got some Brussels sprouts in there that I got over from a Life Done Free. Bee sent them over to me. She didn't have any more room, so I planted those. Actually, that raised tire bed, she sent those over to me too. And so this lettuce came from her. A couple of these I had already established, like the Buttercrisp and that kind of thing. So those are in there, but this is doing fabulous. So let's go ahead. Hey, what happened here? So now in the front I have some raised beds. These aren't done yet. We've got some weeding and mowing and trimming. There'll be a rubber mat that goes down here, and then we'll have table and chairs and rose bush in the front. And I'll put more tomatoes and things will go in front here. But as you can see, I've got a bunch of herbs in there. Okay, so there's my herbs. And then when you come over to this one, I've got, well, there's some bee balm in there. There's some lavender. There's some lavender there. And then quite a few other things. There's some catnip. And my marigolds, they're coming back, but they had a hard time. So, but anyway, they'll be fine. And then there's more lavender and some sage and other things in here. This is my tea garden, so got that going. Okay, and then let me show you this. All right, so take a look here. I've got some German chamomile and some other wonderful stuff in here. And this is kind of a mix, so I can come out and just grab whatever I want. I got some lettuce in there, some other herbs in there, and chives. There's some chives in here, bunching onions. And yeah, so that's what we got going on with that one. And then let me show you this. All right, so in this one, I have edible flowers. So all of these flowers that you see here, I usually dress out salads. I may do a few dishes, and I just come out to my garden and I pick up whatever flowers I want, whatever color I decide goes in there, and I throw those in a dish. And then we're putting a deck on, so in the back you'll see some citronella. That's there because I need it there, so we don't get mosquitoes on the deck. Probably be putting in a couple more. So anyway, let's check this one out. Check this out. All right. So I finally got some of my trees in that I ordered in February. Literally just came today. And so those literally just came today. I ordered those back in February, and I ordered through Burgess. Burgess really has me very upset, because when I first ordered, I'm not talking about a minimal order either. So I ordered in February to get ahead of everybody else, and so you would think that my order would have been a priority on their list. It wasn't. So I was told when I ordered that the first part of my shipment would go out in late March. The next shipment would go out in late April, and then another shipment would go out in early May. Well, I've called several times. I have put in 2 what they call rush shipment requests, and my first rush shipment request were the trees that you saw. I'm still missing pyramid, my strawberries. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. I'm missing all things. Oh, here's the kicker. The real kicker is those strawberries. They're supposed to be edible for June. We're halfway to June, and those things are somewhere in the middle of somewhere. So I just don't know. I don't understand it. But anyway, we'll get through that. All right, guys, so I challenged you, and my challenge to you is get something in the ground. Take 1 hour, just 1 hour a day, weed 1 row. The next row will wait for tomorrow. Get the next one the next day, and then just rotate back through. right? And keep those weeds. That'll help you from going insane. That's going to help you from quitting, you know, so you don't quit and you keep going. And then once you get that routine, you may say, come the end of May or June, you may say, hey, what can I plant this month? And then August comes around and it's time for succession planting and getting those winter crops in and all of that stuff. Then you're going to be on board to go ahead and do that again. If you don't know what I mean by succession planting, basically you want things to keep coming in at different times so that you're not stuck with 100 heads of cauliflower and you know, where are you going to put it, where are you going to store it. So that kind of thing. So maybe just do 5 cauliflowers for right now and then do 5 more next month if your weather can tolerate it, and you know, just keep going from there. So that's what I mean by that. I'm sure there's some YouTube videos on there that somebody's done. You can check those out. And so I think that's probably about it. I need to get back to work. G is working on the greenhouse. That's a whole video in itself because it's super exciting. And Planta Greenhouses just did us a solid, and I'm so happy with them. So they deserve their own video. And so we're going to get that up and going. And in fact, I'll probably do that next because he's over there working on it. I need to get over there and help him. So anyway, guys, all right. Thanks for joining me here on Grumpy Acres. And if you like something that we've done here, please comment below. Let us know. If you have suggestions for us on something that you saw that we're doing wrong or maybe we don't know about, please let us know. Comment, make it, you know, put a comment in there. And we like to learn new things. So definitely, if you have suggestions, let me know. And I think that's about it. Make sure that you do all of that, and if you hit that notification bell, then you'll know when the greenhouse video comes up and see how we like it and what we think. Maybe you'll want to put that on your list to get next. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time, go live a life done free.
Thanks, Milo.